You ever notice how the tiniest little quirks, those harmless habits people pick up, always snowball into something massive? Always. It starts out as this innocent little thing. Nothing to worry about, nothing that's going to affect your life. Then 10 years later, you're living inside a warehouse full of plastic grocery bags, tripping over your own nonsense, wondering how the hell it all got here. That's the thing about quirks. They never stay small. They grow. They multiply. They breed with each other. Quirks have babies, and the babies turn into full-blown lifestyles. Take shoes, for example. Some people leave their shoes by the door. Seems simple, right? A neat little quirk. I just take my shoes off when I come inside. Great. But give it time. Suddenly, it's not just one pair by the door. Now it's 6 pairs. 10 pairs. You got boots from the winter, sneakers from the gym, sandals from the summer, shoes for going out, shoes for staying in. And nobody can get into the house because the front hallway looks like a shoe store exploded. And then it becomes a household debate. Oh, why are all these shoes here? Oh, well, you leave yours too. That harmless little habit of slipping shoes off at the door has turned your house into a clearance rack. And every morning you're climbing over footwear like Indiana Jones trying to get the mail. And it's never just shoes. Some people have that thing where they keep every plastic bag they've ever gotten. Every one. They've got a whole drawer dedicated to bags. At first it's just a little pile. I'll save these, they're handy. Sure they are, for a week. Then it becomes 2 drawers, then a closet, and eventually the bags are multiplying faster than rabbits. You open a cabinet, and it's like an avalanche of polyethylene. And you never use them for anything. Nobody ever uses them. You just hoard them like you're preparing for a worldwide plastic famine. Whole families get swallowed alive by plastic bag collections. Archaeologists in the future are going to dig through old houses and go, well, these people must have worshipped bags. Look at this shrine. Then there's people with their collections. Oh, here's where quirks get out of hand real fast. Somebody starts with I like coffee mugs. Totally harmless. Cute even. They've got one with a funny slogan, one with a cartoon character, one from a trip to the beach. But it doesn't stop there. They can't help themselves. Next thing you know, the entire kitchen is mugs. Every shelf. Every cabinet. You've got mugs in the living room, mugs in the bathroom, mugs in boxes in the attic. You open a closet and mugs fall on your head. You ask them why they need so many, and they say, well, each one has a memory attached. Yeah, you're gonna need a memory attached to a helmet when those things crush your skull. And don't you love the people who save every single receipt? They'll shove it in their pocket, fold it neatly, file it away in a little folder. In case I need it. Need it for what? Nobody's ever returned a loaf of bread. Nobody's ever walked into a store with a receipt from 1997 and said, excuse me, I'd like to exchange this jar of peanut butter. But these people hold on just in case. They've got whole filing cabinets full of proof that they once bought a gallon milk. You think it's organized, but it's not. It's clutter disguised as paperwork. Someday their grandkids are going to find the receipts and go, wow, Grandpa lived an exciting life. Look, he bought batteries in March. Then there's food quirks. Oh, these are killers. Someone decides, you know what, I'll have a little snack before bed. Totally innocent. Just a cookie or two. But snacks don't stay small. They grow. That a cookie or two becomes a nightly buffet. One day you're nibbling on crackers. Next thing you know, you're deep frying cheese at midnight, standing in the kitchen in your underwear like some kind of outlaw chef. You tell yourself it's harmless, but 10 years later, you're wondering why your pants stopped cooperating. That's the domino effect, baby. One cookie leads to a crime scene in the pantry. Or take the guy who always cracks his knuckles. Oh, it's just a little pop, right? No harm, but give him time. He's not just cracking his knuckles anymore. Now it's his neck, his back, his knees. He's a human bowl of Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop. Whole conversations stop because people can't focus on anything but his body making noises like a haunted house. And he doesn't even realize it. He's just doing his ritual, making everyone else wonder if they're sitting next to a man or a pile of broken furniture. And how about the water drinkers? You know the ones. They carry a water bottle everywhere. At first it's good, hydration, very healthy. Then it becomes a full-blown personality. Now they're carrying gallon jugs around like they're training for the Water Olympics. They're timing themselves, measuring ounces, posting updates. And when they can't find their water, they panic. I'd had water in 15 minutes. I might die. You're not gonna die, buddy. You've been alive for decades without your gallon jug. But their quirk has turned into a survival strategy. And the rest of us have to hear about their bladder schedule all day. And let's not forget the cleaners. People who like everything neat. Innocent at first. I just like a clean house. Great, who doesn't? But then it becomes a religion. Now they're wiping counters that are already clean. They're vacuuming imaginary dirt. They've got special cloths, special sprays, a different sponge for every surface. You drop one crumb, one tiny crumb, and suddenly they're on their hands and knees scrubbing like they're trying to erase a murder scene. It's not cleanliness anymore, it's obsession. The house isn't a home, it's a display case. Nobody can relax because you're afraid of leaving a fingerprint on the coffee table. That harmless quirk of liking things neat has turned your living room into a furniture museum. And the thing is, quirks don't stop with the person. No. They infect the people around them. That's the real domino effect. One person's quirk becomes the household's burden. Somebody decides they can't go to bed unless the pillows are fluffed just right. Suddenly, the whole family's fluffing pillows like they're working in a hotel. Somebody decides they can't start the car without adjusting the mirrors 3 times. Now every passenger has to sit there waiting while this lunatic clicks buttons like they're flying an airplane. Your quirk becomes everyone's inconvenience. That's the comedy of it, and it's not just in the house. Quirks go public. Ever stand in line behind someone with a wallet ritual? Oh, these people are the worst. They get to the counter, and instead of pulling out their money, they start reorganizing their entire life. Cards, receipts, coupons, photos of their cat. They shuffle through like they're decoding the Dead Sea Scrolls, and you're standing there with one item, thinking, I just want to buy my gum. Their harmless little habit of keeping things organized has turned into a hostage situation for the rest of us, or the people with driving quirks. Oh boy. Wait. They've got to park in the same spot every time? Not close enough? They'll circle the lot for 20 minutes, hunting for their spot. And if someone else is in it, their whole day's ruined. That's my spot. Who took my spot? Nobody took it. It's a public parking lot. But their little parking habit has become sacred territory. That harmless quirk turned them into a territorial animal fighting over asphalt. And don't get me started on technology quirks. People who can't touch a remote without wiping it off first. People who type with exactly 2 fingers, the same 2 every time. People who restart their computer before doing anything, just in case. It's harmless, but give it time. Now they've got whole rituals. Turn it off, turn it on, tap the keys, wiggle the mouse, whisper a prayer. They're not using technology, they're performing a ceremony. See, that's the thing with quirks. They never stay quirks. They always grow. They always spill over into everything else. You think you're just stacking napkins neatly, but next thing you know, you got a spreadsheet tracking napkin usage, a special drawer for holiday napkins, and a nervous breakdown when someone wipes their face with the good napkin. That's the domino effect. Small becomes big. Cute becomes ridiculous. Quirk becomes comedy. And the funniest part, we never see it happening. We defend it. We argue for it. It's not a big deal. It's just how I do things. Yeah, well, how you do things is now taking up 3 closets, half the garage, and everyone's patient. Your little harmless quirk turned into a full-time sitcom plot, and you're the star who doesn't know they're funny. And that's why small quirks always turn into big jokes. Because left alone, they don't stay small. They grow into monuments of absurdity. And sooner or later, everyone around you is forced to laugh at the shrine you built to your own nonsense. You ever notice how people take the tiniest, most meaningless little rituals and inflate them like they're handling sacred artifacts? Things that don't matter at all. What, the way they treat them, you'd think the fate of the universe depended on it. People are out here with their own private religions, worshipping socks, spoons, light switches, and coffee mugs. And they don't even know they're doing it. It's all these invisible ceremonies in everyday life. Nobody talks about them, but they take them deadly serious. And the rest of us are just supposed to nod along, like, yeah, that makes sense. That's totally normal. No, it's not. You're rearranging salt shakers like you're cracking a code, and you want me to act like that's fine? Take coffee, for example. Coffee is a gold mine of dumb little rituals. Some people can't just make coffee. They have a whole process, like they're launching a rocket. They've got the special scoop, the exact measurement, the mug that must be heated, the stirring that has to go clockwise. Always clockwise, never counterclockwise, because apparently that would anger the coffee gods. They hover over the machine like a surgeon waiting for the drip, 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 drip. And if anyone dares interrupt them, oh, forget it, they'll have a meltdown. You don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. Really? You're such a fragile little creature that one hot brown drink is the only thing separating you from being a total maniac. That's not a beverage. That's a personality disorder in a mug. And mugs don't get me started. Everyone's got a favorite mug. The special mug. Like the coffee will taste different if you drink it out of the one with Garfield on it. People will tear through a kitchen full of perfectly good mugs just to find their chosen one. They're opening cabinets, digging in the dishwasher, pulling mugs out of the sink, all because I can't drink from that one. It's too small. It's coffee, not a chalice. You're not at the Last Supper. But no, people treat their mugs like they're holy relics. And if their mug breaks, oh boy, funeral time. Whole day ruin. I can't believe it. That was my mug. That was my morning mug. Like they lost a loved one. You didn't lose a loved one, you lost a cup. You can buy another one for $2. But no, you'll never replace it, because apparently that mug had the right feel. The right feel. Listen to yourself. You're assigning emotional qualities to dishes and socks. People with sock rituals kill me. You ever notice? Some people fold them into neat little pairs, tuck them into each other like they're bedding down for the night. Some roll them into little balls like they're storing ammo for a sock war. And then you've got the maniacs who just toss them in the drawer, loose, wild, like some kind of sock jungle. Jungle. They'll spend half their life digging through a mountain of mismatched socks looking for a mate. And the ones who fold them? Oh, they're proud. They'll open that drawer like it's a presentation. Look at my sock system. Your sock system? Buddy, it's underwear for your feet, not national defense. And everyone's got that one a lucky pair. Don't deny it. Lucky socks, lucky shirt, lucky pen. As if cloth and plastic are magical objects that alter the laws of the universe. People will swear their team won because they wore the right socks. I can't wash them, it'll ruin the magic. No, it won't ruin the magic, it'll ruin the smell. Wash the socks. Nobody's luck has ever depended on fabric. And if it has, you're aiming way too low in life. If socks are your cosmic advantage, you're not winning anything big. You with door rituals. Oh, they can't just leave the house. No. They've got to check the door. Jiggle the handle. Lock it once, lock it twice, lock it 3 times. Walk away, come back, jiggle again. Sometimes they even talk to themselves. Are locked, definitely locked. Totally locked. And as soon as they walk down the block, they're thinking, did I lock it? Next thing you know, they're running back like a maniac, checking it again. The door is locked. You checked it 17 times. The house is not going to grow legs and unlock itself while you're gone. But no, it's part of the ritual. Like a pagan dance before hunting season, they can't stop themselves. And eating, forget it. Eating is nothing but rituals. You've got people who can't eat fries without arranging them by length. Fries, they're organizing potatoes like they're running a library. You've got the ketchup dippers, the ones who need the perfect ratio, dipping each fry like they're performing delicate surgery. And then there are the monsters who just dump ketchup all over, like they're reenacting a crime scene. The ketchup dippers hate those people. What are you doing? You ruin the fries. Ruin the fries? No, pal, it's the same potatoes, just wearing a different outfit. But no, to them it's sacrilege. And gum chewers. Gum chewers are hilarious. Some chew politely, some snap it, pop it, blow bubbles. But the real ritualists, they've got a schedule. They chew a piece at exactly 2 p.m., spit it out at 2:45, replace it with a fresh one. Like they're on a gum rotation plan. And don't ever ask them for a piece. They've got rules about that too. Well, this pack is for even days, and this pack is for odd days. It's gum. You're not running a stock exchange and cleaning. Oh, cleaning is full of fake importance. People polishing things that don't need polishing. Rearranging knickknacks like they're curating a museum. Dusting blinds that nobody's looked at in 10 years. But it's a part of the routine. Some people can't sit down until they've fluffed the pillows. Fluff the pillows? Nobody cares if the pillow is fluffy. You're not running a pillow showroom, but they've got to do it. Can't relax until the cushions are at perfect military attention. And the funniest part, everyone thinks their rituals are completely normal. Totally justified. They'll defend them to the death. Oh well, I can't fall asleep unless I check the alarm 3 times. Yeah, because the alarm is going to unionize in the middle of the night and decide to stop working. Or I stir my coffee 3 times because it tastes better. Oh really? You've got magical wrists, huh? Coffee molecules only respond to your clockwise stirring. Science is wrong, but your teaspoon is special. That's the logic. And you ever notice the more meaningless the ritual, the more seriously people take it? Nobody's passionate about brushing their teeth. But folding napkins into swans? That's life or death. Lining up shoes by color? Non-negotiable. It's always the dumbest stuff that becomes sacred. Nobody's guarding the medicine cabinet like Fort Knox, but God forbid you touch their remote control. Suddenly it's, hey, that's my spot. That's my setup. Don't mess with my system. Your system? It's a rectangle of plastic with buttons on it. Relax. That's the punchline of the whole thing. We invent these tiny rituals, we pump them full of fake importance, and we actually convince ourselves the universe cares. The door must be checked, the socks must be folded, the mug must be chosen, the ketchup must be dipped just right. And at the end of the day, none of it matters. None of it. Life goes on whether you stir your coffee clockwise or juggle it in the air. But we cling to these little ceremonies because they make us feel in control. And then one day you wake up and realize your whole personality is just a list of rituals. You're not even you anymore. You're just the guy with the mug. Or the woman with the socks, say the door checker. Congratulations, you've been promoted to sitcom character in the world's longest running comedy. Good life. And that's why the tiniest rituals always turn into the biggest jokes. Because the only ones taking them seriously are us. You ever notice how people have these tiny little rituals, these microscopic routines they cling to like their entire existence depends on them? I'm not talking about the big stuff like religion or politics or paying taxes. I mean the small, personal, ridiculous rituals that nobody asked them to do, but they decided, this is important. This is how I live. They'll fold their socks a certain way, stir their coffee exactly 3 times clockwise, check the lock on the door twice before bed. As if the burglar's standing out there with a checklist. Oh, he only locked it once, time to go in. It's amazing how people treat these little habits like they're sacred. The guy who insists the toilet paper has to roll over the top, never under. Like the fate of civilization rests on the orientation of a paper product. If you put it under, suddenly he's acting like you violated the Geneva Convention. Who did this? Who ruined the bathroom? It's paper. It's not the Declaration of Independence. Nobody's gonna come in and salute it. And don't even get me started on the folks who stir their coffee with military precision. Stir, 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 pause, stir again. Some people tap the spoon on the edge of the cup exactly twice. Not once, not 3 times, twice. Like they're performing a ritual to summon caffeine spirits from another dimension. If they miss the count, their whole day's ruined. Oh, I knew I was gonna be late. I tapped 3 times instead of 2. No, you're late because you spent 10 minutes talking to your coffee like it's a crystal ball. And socks. Oh, people get insane about socks. Folding socks, balling socks, lining them up by color. Some people have a whole sock philosophy. They talk about socks like philosophers talk about the meaning of life. I don't roll them into balls because it stretches the elastic. Meanwhile, they've been wearing the same pair for 3 years, full of holes, walking around like a hobo who got drafted into a fashion debate. And heaven forbid you put mismatched socks in the drawer. That's a crime. That's treason. Some people would rather go barefoot than wear 1 blue sock and 1 black sock. Because apparently, God forbid your ankles tell a joke. You ever see people with those little bedtime rituals? Oh, they've got a whole performance before they can sleep. Lights out, blanket tucked in, 3 pillows arranged just so. Then they check the alarm clock 5 times. Is it set? Did I set it? Did I press the button? Is it AM or PM? And if it's one of those old digital clocks with the glowing numbers, they stare at it like it's a bomb timer. They've got their finger hovering over it like, I don't mess this up. This determines whether or not I wake up tomorrow. Meanwhile, they've got a phone with 5 alarms set, but no, the sacred ritual must be performed. Because without it, the universe collapses. And isn't it funny how we act like these rituals are logical? They're not logical. They're superstition dressed up as preference. It's grown adults treating their daily routine like a witch doctor's ceremony. I can't leave the house until I check my pockets, keys, wallet, phone. And they don't check once, they check 5 times. They pat their thighs like they're playing bongos. Keys, wallet, phone, keys, wallet, phone. They do it so often, neighbors think they're rehearsing for a percussion concert. And if they don't feel that little rectangular shape of the phone in their pocket, suddenly they're sweating like they left their child on a bus. Then you've got people with food rituals. Oh boy. Ever eat with someone who can't just eat the food? No. They've got a whole ceremony. Fries must be arranged in neat little rows. Sandwich has to be cut diagonally, not straight. Cookies have to be dunked in milk for exactly 3 seconds. Not 2, not 4, 3. Because apparently 1 extra second is the difference between a delightful treat and a soggy apocalypse. You ever try to hand one of these people a cookie you've already dunked? They look at you like you licked the inside of their soul. And then there's gum chewers. Some folks always need a stick of gum before a meeting, before a date, before they go outside. Like gum is a magic shield that protects them from embarrassment. They'll chew it like they're powering a generator, just grinding away like they're trying to keep the lights on for the whole neighborhood. And heaven forbid they run out of gum. Suddenly it's like the world's ending. Oh my God, I don't have gum. I can't go in there. I can't face people raw. Raw as if their natural breath is a dangerous weapon. Then you've got the door checkers. Oh, these people are fun. They lock the door, jiggle the knob, walk away, come back, jiggle it again. Like the door might have unlocked itself in the last 12 seconds. And if they're leaving for a trip, forget it. They'll be halfway to the airport and suddenly panic. Did I lock the door? Did I unplug the iron? Did I turn off the stove? Next thing you know, they're making a U-turn because they can't trust themselves. And when they get home, everything's fine. The stove's off, the iron's cold, the door's locked. Of course it is, because they already checked it 5 times. But logic doesn't matter. Rituals don't need logic. Rituals need repetition. And let's not forget the shower singers. These are people who can't bathe without turning it into a Broadway audition. They don't just wash, they perform. They've got a whole set list ready, like the shampoo bottles and audience. And it's always the same songs, always. You ever notice how people don't even know when their little habits stop being habits and start being who they are? It sneaks up on you. You think you're just a person who does a thing, but then you wake up one morning and realize the thing is doing you. That's when the habit has officially moved in, unpacked its bags, put its feet on the coffee table, and started eating your snacks. And the best part? Everyone else noticed it long before you did. Everyone else already knows you're that person. You're the gum chewer, the hair twirler, the guy who hums in elevators. That's you now. Congratulations, you've been reduced to your quirks. It starts out small. You tap your foot a little bit when you're nervous, no big deal. But you keep doing it. Every time, tap, 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 people start noticing. At first, they don't say anything, but they're filing it away. That guy's a tapper. Eventually, someone says it out loud. Oh, that's Jim, the guy who taps his foot. Boom! That's your identity. You're not Jim the accountant, not Jim the father of 3. You're Jim the tapper. Your life's resume has been condensed to one nervous twitch. And these habits, once they become identity, they never go away. You can change jobs, you can move across the country, but your habits will follow you like unpaid bills. People introduce you based on them. This is my friend Carol. She's the one who always brings her own fork to restaurants. That's who you are now. Not Carol the kind-hearted, not Carol the musician. Nope. Aunt Carol the fork lady. Good luck running for office with that reputation. And some of them are so stupid, too. Somebody eats peanuts all the time. Just peanuts. Loves peanuts. Has a bag of peanuts at every party, every meeting, every car ride. Next thing you know, their whole identity is peanuts. Oh, you know Gary, the peanut guy. That's what people say when your name comes up. Not Gary from marketing. Not Gary who went to college with us. No, Gary the peanut guy. The poor bastard's entire life overshadowed by legumes. He didn't even choose it. He didn't sign a contract. He just liked to snack, and the world filed the paperwork. And that's the thing. You don't get to decide what your identity is once the habits take over. Other people do. Other people are the judges, the jury, and the headline writers of your life. You can think you're sophisticated, classy, mysterious. But if you sniff every book before you read it, you're the book sniffer. That's your brand. Doesn't matter what you've accomplished. Nobel Prize winner. Doesn't matter. You sniffed one too many paperbacks in front of witnesses, and now you're Dr. Sniffy McSnifferson. And sometimes it's not even quirky or fun. Sometimes it's just boring, ordinary crap. Like the guy who always wears the same jacket. Always. He doesn't even think about it. It's just his jacket. But everyone else notices. Oh, yeah, that's Bill, the guy with the jacket, becomes famous. The man disappears. If he ever takes it off, nobody recognizes him. They'll walk right past him on the street. Who was that, Bill? Oh, no, that guy wasn't wearing a jacket. It works with voices, too. Some people have that one phrase they always say. Just one little thing they tack on. At the end of the day, know what I mean? It is what it is. They sprinkle it in every conversation. And suddenly, that's their catchphrase. They didn't mean to have a catchphrase, but now they've got one. And people imitate them behind their back. You're not Bob anymore. You're a Bob, it is what it is. That's what people call you when you're not around. You're a sitcom character and you don't even know it. And don't forget the laughers. Oh, those are the best. People with weird laughs, they laugh once and nobody cares. But they keep laughing that way and suddenly that laugh is their whole personality. Hyena laugh, snort laugh, wheeze laugh, doesn't matter. That's them now. Oh, you know Denise, the one who sounds like a vacuum cleaner when she laughs. That's her identity. She could be curing diseases, but people only remember the laugh. They're out there saving lives, but the obituary's still gonna read. They're known for sounding like a goose having an asthma attack. And once the habit becomes identity, forget it. You're stuck. People won't let you change. Try stopping and they'll get angry. They'll feel betrayed. Hey, how come you didn't do the thing? You always do the thing. You always do the thing. You're elected to a role you didn't audition for. It's like being typecast in the movie of your own life. You tried out for a leading man, but you got stuck as a guy who licks his thumb before turning pages. And now you'll play that role until the credits roll. And the funniest part, people take pride in it after a while. They start leaning into it. So, yeah, I'm the guy who alphabetizes his cereal boxes. Like it's a badge of honor. No, it's not. It's a quirk that got out of control. But they wear it proudly. Because once your habit becomes your reputation, you might as well own it. It's not identity anymore. It's branding. People are out there walking product placement deals for their own nonsense. And you ever notice it's always the dumbest, most insignificant habits that stick? Never the good stuff. Nobody ever says, oh, that's Lisa, the woman who always helps her neighbors. No, they say, that's Lisa, the woman who sneezes like a trumpet. That's how life works. The embarrassing little habits cling to you forever, like toilet paper on your shoe, while the noble stuff just falls off. That's the human condition, remembered for the sneeze, forgotten for the kindness. And here's the kicker: habits spread. They're contagious. You hang around someone long enough, you pick up their quirks. Couples are the best example. One person likes their towels folded a certain way. Next thing you know, the other one's folding towels the same way. At first they hate it. They roll their eyes. But 10 years later, they're divorced, living with someone new, and they're still folding towels the right away. The habit outlived the relationship. The towels won custody. And families, forget it. Families are breeding grounds for identity habits. Every family's got one. Oh, we're the family that sings happy birthday really loud. Or we're the family that always eats dinner in the living room. Those things stick. They follow you out into the world and you don't even realize it's weird until someone points it out. Then you're embarrassed, but by then it's too late. You're already the guy who dips French fries in mayonnaise and there's no coming back. That's the beauty of it. We're all out here thinking we're these complex, layered human beings full of depth and mystery. But to everyone else, we're just the guy with the weird walk, or the woman who can't stop quoting movie lines. We don't get to control the narrative. The quirks do. The habits run the show. And that's why life feels like a sitcom, because everybody's a character. Every single one of us. And the writers. The writers are the people around you, noticing your quirks, assigning you your role, and laughing at you when you're not looking. That's how habits become identity. Without permission, without warning, without your vote. One day you're just you, and the next day you're the guy who can't leave the house without checking the stove 8 times. That's your legacy now. Forget the big accomplishments, forget the dreams. You're the stove guy. Forever. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, not me. I don't have any habits like that. Guess what? That's your habit. Denial. And that's exactly how people describe you when you're not around. Oh yeah, she's the one who insists she doesn't have any habits. See? You can't escape. The joke always wins. So if you're wondering who you are, don't ask yourself. Ask the people around you. They'll tell you the truth. You're not the hero in your own story. You're the punchline in everyone else's.